We'll go ahead and get started. So, 105 people, welcome to our cybersecurity breakout session. Just wanted to, uh, be respectful of your time. A little bit of housekeeping is we have two presenters today, me, Jason Hammond, and Mike Morris, and we'll give him an introduction in just a moment. If you have questions, there is a chat. However, if you want it to be answered within the live session, we have the Q&A button to the right. And so if you have specific questions about the program, we'll be most successful with the Q&A buttons being answered. So please put your questions there. And we just wanted to say hello. So I'll give a brief introduction to myself. My name is Jason Hammond. I'm the lead academic program manager for our cybersecurity programs. This is the cybersecurity breakout session. Prior to WGU, I have a background working at Google as in computer science education and also an education degree from Harvard. And so we're just really excited for you to come here and learn about our programs. And Mike, if you could give an introduction and then just kick us off.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jason. First of all, good morning and good afternoon to everybody online. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us. I really do appreciate it. So again, my name is Mike Morris. I've been with WGU now for a little about 8.5 years. I am the Associate Dean and Senior Director over the Cybersecurity programs here at WGU. Prior to coming to WGU, I spent 25 years in the FBI as a special agent, supervisory special agent, laboratory director, doing basically cybercrime investigations, computer forensics, and counterintelligence / terrorism cases. After retiring out of the FBI, I went to work for Price Waterhouse as a senior director in global incident response. Did that for a couple of years, and then got tired of being on the airplane every week, and so went to work for one of my clients as a CISO, which was an energy company, Fortune 500 energy company, and did that until we came out of bankruptcy. And at that point, they basically had another company hire us, and so all senior leaders, all C-suite leaders, were asked saying, "Hey, thanks for playing, but a new company bought you, and we have our own people." So that's when I came to WGU as a course instructor in the master's program, and then did that for a couple of years, and then became a program chair over a program, and did that for a couple of years, and then became an associate dean over multiple programs. And so that's very quickly my career progression. So again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to go over a couple of our programs, the Bachelor and Masters in Cybersecurity, and kind of give you the highlights of what we're doing there, and and give it, hopefully answer your questions. So Jason, go ahead and kick us to the next one. So as you can see here, cybersecurity, there are a lot of different job openings out there. One of the sites I'd like to highlight today, when you have time to go out and look at it, is cyberseek.org. That is a site that is made up of information from NICE, which is a subset basically of NIST from the US government. It also has CompTIA in there, as well as Lightcast. And they pull together information and present it in such a way. It's a really, really good resource to see what job roles are out there, what is the job demand that's out there. And they updated it. They update it at least twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year out there. And so as you can see now, in the United States, there's currently approximately about 500,000 job openings in cybersecurity. Globally, there's about 4.5 million jobs. So, depending on where you would like to work in the world, yeah, you have more demand depending on which country you go to. Um, as you go down the list here, you can currently see how many jobs are in the workforce right now. That's again 1.3 million. And then underneath that, you'll see these where it says opening requesting. And these are actually jobs that are looking, in the job description, they're looking for certain certifications. So the ISC squared, the CISSP, you can see the number there. That is a gold standard basically for cybersecurity. It is a It tests basically it's one of these tests that they call basically when you go through it, it's, about 2 inches deep and about 3 miles wide. It covers every aspect of cybersecurity. The next one is for the CISM from ISACA, and that's more of a leadership position where you're actually looking at how do you govern, how do you deal with governance within cybersecurity. So you're thinking in that role, you're thinking like CISO, you're thinking a leadership role there. And the last one in there is the CompTIA Cybersecurity Plus in there. And in that role, that's a more of a hands-on, medium level, low to medium level position. It could be you could be a beginning SOC analyst, you could be a cyber security engineer. You could be in any kind of beginning to couple year in cybersecurity um, job role there. So when you see that on there on for postings. Jason, go ahead. So one of the things that CyberSeek does is that's really cool is that you can look at by state. You can look and see what are the total job openings by state. You can click on whatever your state is. You can see the job roles. And one of the things they really did nice with the CyberSeek is they aligned it to the nice workforce framework. And so for those of you who haven't looked at it before, this is something you can Google later on for homework. You can look at the nice cybersecurity workforce framework. And what it does is it breaks down job roles. It'll tell you the skills that you need to have. It'll tell you kind of what the job is, what you'll be doing in that job role. And so if you're like new to cybersecurity, and a lot of times when people come to cybersecurity, they get in their mind they think, oh, I'm gonna be Matthew Broderick in in War Games, or I'm gonna be you name the hacker show or hacker movie. I want to be sitting there, hacking into things. Well, that's akin to doing doing pen testing, which is a very very small role in overall cybersecurity, and so you don't have to be a coding ninja to have a job in cybersecurity. You can go into governance, you can go into compliance, you can go. I mean, there's all kinds of avenues in cybersecurity that companies and organizations are trying to fill. And so you have a wide area of skill sets that they need, and you have so you don't have to be a coding ninja to be in cybersecurity. So one of the things that, again, from when you look at the CyberSeek posting here, you can see there as far as 314,000 jobs in oversight and governance. Obviously when you hear the word governance and oversight, you're looking for leadership positions. You're looking for folks who can lead teams, folks who can lead overall security programs, in various organizations. Implementation and operation, it's just what you think there. If you think IT operations, how do you keep how do you keep all the security up and running? You're thinking cybersecurity engineers, you're thinking SOC analysts, you're thinking, various security analysts in there. Design and development, 233,000 jobs. And you're thinking in that position, you're really looking at security architecture and security engineers. You're designing, building, how do you do something? A lot of times companies will bring in security. Well, good companies, good organizations will bring security in. So if let's say they're coming out and they say, you know what, I got this new AI agent that we're going to release that's going to do all these magnificent things. They're going to, it's going to slice and dice and do all this great work on there. Well, then all of a sudden you need to look at, okay, well, what AI controls do we have in place? So a good organization will go up front and say, okay, what team members do I need? I need somebody who can write in Python. I need somebody who can, I need legal, I need marketing, and I need security. How do we secure this, whatever it is we're going to build? And it could be a hardware device or it could be a software device, or it could be a piece of code, or it could be a service that we're going to offer on there. And you need security in there to tell you how do you secure it, because The last thing you want to do is to like build this. Let's say you do decide to you're going to build this great agent that's going to do all these wonderful things for people. Well, if you don't secure it, and all of a sudden your data it has loose API calls, and you have it's pulling a lot of data that it shouldn't be out there. Now you're talking lawsuits. Now you're talking all kinds of other bad things happening, loss of brand reputation, that kind of thing. So. Um, Anyway, that's design and development. Protection and defense. On that one, you're thinking for the people in those roles, you're looking at being a SOC analyst, a vulnerability analyst, a looking for, dealing with controls, looking for where are the weaknesses in the company, how do we secure those weaknesses, how do we monitor to make sure that, people are not coming in and taking advantage of those weaknesses, how do we, work to secure this better, how do we know that everything that happened, or if we had an incident, how do we collect the evidence to show that what happened, the who, what, where, when, why, kind of thing. So that's really on the, protect and defend path. The last one is not really a nice cybersecurity workforce framework category, the cyberspace effects that's listed there. That's really more of a DoD cyber workforce framework. So the DoD, the Department of Defense, has its own framework. In that particular role, if you're looking at the military occupation specialty or the MOS for that, that is basically a new role in dealing with how do you secure um, cybersecurity in a uh, more of a war aspect. And so think, if you will, how do I secure a drone? So, my communications, I can communicate with my drone and, the other side can't knock it out. How can I make sure my satellites aren't being taken over by somebody that shouldn't be taking them over? How do I make sure where my, autonomous robots are not being hacked into? So there's a whole protect and defend realm now that's being developed in the world of through all the countries' militaries now. You've probably seen in the news, the various drone attacks going back and forth between Ukraine and Russia out there. Well, all this is going on in real time, and all this is developing new technologies and developing new attack landscapes that they're trying to protect and defend. So that's what that one is. So that's new and upcoming. Go ahead, Jason. Okay, and so one of the thing is, the DoD is currently really trying to get a lot of folks to come in, and through both military roles as well as civilian roles. And so right now they're sitting at approximately 20,000 job openings. We met with Mark Gorak, the director of the DoD Cyber Academic Engagement Office, and had many discussions with them. And they are trying to get these roles filled. Currently, there's some funding issues right now for this current fiscal year, which ends September, or ends this month, and then October 1 will be a new government year. And so they're hoping to be able to fill a lot of these roles starting this next year, starting in October on there. But again, that's dependent upon Congress and everything else. And so, but there is a real demand in the military for cybersecurity, especially folks. So that's a great place to start, and a great place for a whole career. Like I said, I spent 25 years in the federal government and highly recommend it. But anyway, moving on, Jason. All right. So, as far as a lot of times, what work roles are out there, and is this really for me? And so you can see there from, again, and this is just a very small subset of work roles that are out there. It's our, you again, the point is you don't have to be a super coding ninja. That's great if you are. Um, as far that's a leg up, if you will, but there are all kinds of different job roles, as you can see on the screen there, um, that are in security. And like I said, this is a subset. If we were to list them out, we could probably easily hit 50 of them, if you put them out there. So again, what a great place to look would be the NICE framework that I mentioned. You could also look at the DoD framework that I mentioned, as well as looking at CyberSeek would be great ones to get more information on. Go ahead, Jason. So as far as the our programs here at WGU, we get a lot of input from industry, a lot of input from government, a lot of input from various organizations and professionals as to what skills are needed. What are they looking for? What are they trying to hire for? In there. And, we just recently, the first of this month, actually, we released our BSCSIA, our undergraduate program. And, we brought in a lot of AI into that program so that we could, because again, AI is, we've all read the paper, all read the, dating myself, we've all read social media and, or the news, and you can see where, um, how important AI is and all the different conversations going on about AI. Well, AI doesn't happen in a vacuum. You got to be able to secure it. You got to have the skills to be able to secure it. And so we're bringing in those skills. We've brought in those skills into our bachelor's program, to make sure that when uh, you graduate from WGU, you're going to be walking out with a degree and skills that are marketable, because the whole point of this is for you to be able to either, better your life by getting a new job that, career change or whatever, or getting a promotion in your current job on there. And so we want to make sure that we're giving you all of the tools to make sure you're able to get that job. So go ahead, Jason. So again, these are just very at a general level. These are a lot of the topics that are across both our currently in our BSCSIA and our undergrad program. As you can see there, again, uh, this is at a very high level. This is not going down to the nitty gritty, but this is at a high level. You can look and see the different roles that are in there, or the different jobs that are in there. Network security, that could be, wireless, it could be wired, digital forensics, is needed across, uh, every kind of job, basically, because basically you're doing incident response and want to find out what happened, in there. Cyber defense, same thing. Cryptography. Cryptography is changing at a rapid pace now. When you think about quantum computing, you think about AI and all the different aspects there. One of the things too about what when you talk penetration testing or cyber defense, it's still the weakest link is still the person, and so companies, uh, have a lot of employees and they still hit on the phishing email. Or now we're seeing more and more AI attacks to where they've taken a snippet of somebody's voice, and or video, and they're, all of a sudden somebody's getting called and it's like, hey, I just had, this is the CEO. I need you, the controller of the company, to write a check right away to ABC company, and get it out the door right away. I mean, and here's this is where it needs to go. Or we're actually seeing, even at a individual level, people getting called in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, I just got arrested. I need $1,000. Can you please, send it to me? Here I am." And it sounds like my voice. It could look like my voice. It could look like me on there if I was doing a FaceTime call, but it's not me. And so we almost have to go back to the old days where, back in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, even, you had the old spy trick of doing a phrase and passphrase, so it'd be like, I would say something like, it's cold out tonight, and then you would say, and Yes, and my dog is warming himself by the fire, and that way I know that you're the person I should be talking with. And we almost have to do that now because of AI. But anyway, I digress. As you can see there from the topics that are on the screen, um, there are a lot of things to learn in cybersecurity, and each one of these are paths that you could go down in greater and greater detail, once you find your interest. So maybe your interest is in pen testing, okay? And then so you want to learn how to break into machines and do that. Or maybe you have a real passion for network security where you're going through and it's like, being able to secure that connection from point A to point Z and how does it get through everything? Or maybe you're looking into doing more AI work and you want to secure AI agents, you want to design, be on teams that design AI models, and how do you secure those AI models? So we're not going to tell we're not we don't teach you in this program how to write the model, but we'll teach you how to help secure the model on there. And again, business continuity and disaster recovery. And when you start seeing the ones on the right hand side there, you're looking more towards leadership positions, governance, risk, and compliance, business continuity and disaster recovery. These are all topics again that are more of a leadership kind of role, where we cover them in BSCSIA, and then we cover them a lot more depth in MSCSIA. So go ahead, Jason. All right. So as far as the between the bachelor's program and the master's program, our bachelor's program, we started this program in about 2019 in there, and we in that particular program, we are a Center of Academic Excellence through NSA, where we are designated that. That's important because it opens students to a lot of potential possibilities with scholarships, as well as, that's going to be on all your transcripts when you graduate on there. So when you're looking for a role at maybe going into the government, when they see that, that help gives you a leg up. And so graduating from a school that's an NSA Center of Academic Excellence is a big plus. Currently, there's approximately 480 schools out of the possible, I don't know, about 4,500 schools teaching cybersecurity across the United States. So, about 10% are CIE schools. And also, we just recently got ABET accredited. And out of that, I think there's about 11 schools that hold both ABET as well as CAE, and we're one of those. Our master's program, again, that was designed with the CISSP body of knowledge in there. We also have for both of these programs, we have a board of directors that we work with that are spread across multiple organizations from government to industry, and they help lead and tell us, what are the skills that are needed, where it is, what do they need to secure the organizations, what kind of person are they looking for, what kind of skills do they want them to learn. And that helps us guide and build these programs, so again that they're marketable for when you graduate out of here. So go ahead, Jason. So one thing that's different about WGU, and you've heard probably in the prior discussion, I'm not going to go too far down the well here, but WGU is a competency based university, meaning that through your work, through your prior school, maybe through just self learning, you've gained a lot of different skill sets on there. And so let's say you come into your first course. Let's say your first course. I'm just picking one, A plus, dealing with computer hardware. Well, if you have the A plus certification, obviously you wouldn't need to take the course. If you don't have the A plus certification, but you have a lot of those, you already have a lot of experience on there. Day one, when you come in, whenever, we have a standard path. So whenever that course comes up in the standard path, um, you would be able to just, talk to your program mentor, talk to your course instructor, and say, this is my experience and everything, and you'd be able to take the exam on day one that you started that course, again if you had that kind of experience on there. It also means being competency based, that you can go as fast as you want. So, Jason, am I running behind? Tell me. Yes, I'm running
Yep.
behind. All right, I'll talk quick. I'll
So
talk
just want to
quicker.
be respectful of everyone's time. So we're
How
about
much time do I have left, Jason?
about 5 minutes. So
All right, I'll talk quicker. Sorry guys for lagging on here. I apologize. But anyway, competency based, you'll be able to get through. You can take as many courses. You have to do at least 12, but you after you get your 12 done, you can keep taking them until you get done with 180 days. All right, so you have ability to accelerate. Um, the other thing that's different about our program is that when you walk out of the BSCSIA program, you'll be able to walk out not only with your degree, but with these certifications, because you'll earn these certifications while you're going through our program on there. And so, again, that's to help give you a leg up on the in the program. Go ahead, Jason. The other thing we built is a bridge from our undergraduate program to our graduate program. So you have the ability, our normal student going in MSCSIA, it takes 10 courses. There's 10 total courses. We provide credit for those certifications you see there. And so that takes out 3 of your courses right off the bat. So again, it helps you get through your master's much quicker. Go ahead, Jason. In our master's program, you can see the certifications that you can earn on there. The Security X used to be called the CAS Plus, the CISM that I mentioned earlier from ISACA are 2 optional certs, meaning you will pass the WGU test, and then we will give you a voucher to go take that exam externally. And those vouchers are good for a year on there. Go ahead, Jason. Besides learning in school and everything we have in our courses, we also have clubs that you do a lot of hands-on learning. A cyber club that we currently have about 9,000 students in. You'll learn offensive and defensive uh, skills within the club, and you'll build all kinds of connections. We have an alumni club for that. That again is almost 6,000 students. We have a women in tech. We have women in cybersecurity, and then we have the sword and shield. All these are to help you build skills, hands-on skills, and build connections that'll help you throughout your lifetime. Go ahead, Jason. And as you can see here, as far as keys to success, really you need to kind of plan, what you want to do, how you want to do it. If coming to WGU and going into one of our programs, it's going to be a marathon. For most people, it's a marathon. You got to pace yourself. You got to commit the time. You plan to do at least 20 to 25 hours a week of studying. You're going to need to work with both your program mentor and your course instructor to get the most out of the program and to be able to be as successful as quickly as you want to be. We provide extensive support through both the resources as well as the personnel that we have working with you. And we're one of the cheapest schools, online schools out there. We currently have the largest program in the nation, and we have and again, we're also the largest cyber club, and we have I think we're the largest NSA school out there right now. So with that, Jason, back to you.
thank you. And just wanting to be mindful of the time. This has been great information, Mike. Thank you for sharing. And so there's lots of questions. We've probably answered 20 in the chat. And so if you do have questions, please add them there and we'll try to answer them as we go here. What I'd like to do at this point is just share some resources with you. And so some of the questions have been around these areas. And so some career related questions, which are, what are the required skills? What's the expectations? I'm going to be dropping in a couple links in just a moment to help address these issues from our WGU blog. And so again, that first, where do I start question. The second one is I have military experience, law enforcement. How does cyber degree, nicely fit that? As you know, Mike has 25 years with the FBI and in you know as a background, and so it fits very well is the quick answer, and I'll be adding that link in just a moment. Lots of questions about AI. It's exploding. It's true, and AI and cybersecurity are very important. So we have just a resource to talk about AI and where does that fit. And AI with security is a big component for our programs. And then finally, there's always going to be lots of questions about how to land your first cybersecurity job. I'll be dropping this link in just a moment to a webinar where we have some of our alumni and students answering these questions. So, what are entry level positions? How do you get your foot in the door? What do you do to get experience without, having experience? How do you get that job without having your first job? Building up a resume. What about government clearances? And then how do you move up quickly? And so I'm just going to speed through here real fast to just grab those links, and then we'll have. Um, I didn't have them in the other document, so I'll be adding them right here and putting it back up. And then our major questions. Let me just drop these into the chat real fast. Oh, they came up as an image. How strange. I'm going to have to fix that in a minute. So we'll be answering questions in just a moment, but the major questions, what's in the program? How does it work? It can be found here, just our main webpage, BSCSIA, WGU.edu, BSCSIA, WGU.edu, MSCSIA. And so when you look there, you can find the program guide, you can find the standard path, you can find the competency-based model, you can find the tuition and the admissions requirements. And then very obviously, we have very excited people here that would love to talk to you. So as you click apply now, that will take you into that kind of conversation, and we can help adjust to your particular needs. And so um, let me get those links for you, and we'll just start with a couple questions. It is at time, and so we'll stick around for a few minutes to make sure that we have these questions answered. So, Mike, one question. Just let's do the AI and cybersecurity. Will there be cybersecurity jobs in 20 years because of AI?
Yes, there absolutely will be jobs on there. No matter how good an AI agent is, it's still an AI agent. Somebody needs to be able to secure it. Somebody needs to be able to figure out what's going on with it. Somebody needs to be able to, when you deal with models. I was in Fort Gordon a couple weeks ago talking to the Army about the models they're using for a lot of their projects that are out there. And AI does a lot of remarkable things, but you still need humans to be able to go through and be able to secure it and design it and come up with how do you make it, how do you keep it safe? So yes, there will be jobs.
Thank you, and I just thank you to the extra help to get that in plain text format. Those links are in there that cover those major things. So the entry level cyber security career job, please go to the link that talks about that. Do we offer the CISSP, Mike?
What's that? I'm sorry?
Do we offer the CISSP?
No, not currently.
All right, so joining the different clubs, we can do those just during orientation. Once you get into the system, we'll be sending you emails,
Hey,
and you can do
hey,
that. Go ahead,
Jason.
Mike. Yeah.
Sorry, as far as we do not offer the voucher currently in our program, but I will tell you that we've had several students who graduated from our BSCSIA program and our master's program and went in and took the exam cold and passed it. So we are very well aligned in both of our programs to the common body of knowledge in the CISSP.
Okay, the next question um, is, let's see, cyberseek.org. That's on that website. The the question I have is, I'll get you the correct link. Um, and then there's just a couple in here that are particular. So can you say a little bit about quantum compute? I guess that's the same question that we had. It was quantum computing and AI, same bit. So we will spend just a minute. The club links. Let's go here for finishing. So we have some particular questions that are to specific students that aren't here, and less general ones. For those questions, you can email both Mike and I, and we can get those to you and answer that. So here's our email addresses. Obviously, if you're looking to have more questions of is this a fit for me, we have our enrollment counselors that are here online, and that as you click apply, you can go ahead and look and they'll speak with you. So um, the presentation will also be sent to those that are registered, and I think that's where we're at, Mike. So, what will you
Well,
just end with? Why should we do cybersecurity, Mike?
it's a lot of fun. That's why we do it. So, no, I will tell you that, I've been in cybersecurity almost 35 years, I guess, 36 years. Can highly recommend it. You can have a great career. You have a lot of possibilities, a lot of freedom, and again, highly recommend it. I'd like to say thank you again for staying here and being with us today. And I wish you all the very best in whichever career you choose and whichever school you choose. Obviously, I hope you come to WGU. I'd love to see you graduate and walk across the stage and shake your hand. But again, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.